Welcome back. We're doing another reaction video today, and you can see I have my friend and makeup artist, NIKKI LaRose.
Hi.
Today, we're gonna actually look at another Vogue video, which is why NIKKI's here, because she's gonna cover that makeup side of things. We're gonna look at Riley Keough. She's in a new show called Daisy Jones and the Six, and if you don't know, she's also the granddaughter of Elvis.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a look at her guide to glowing skin and no makeup. Just a reminder that these videos are meant to be educational, they're meant to be fun, and really just get a conversation started about your skincare products and also your makeup products.
Yeah.
Hi Vogue, it's Riley Keough, and today I'm going to be taking you through my skincare routine and then everyday makeup look. First, I will turn my face steamer on. I'll kind of just have it on throughout my skincare routine. I have a tendency to get dry, so this really helps me stay hydrated.
Oh, wait. Why are steamers getting so popular? Maybe it's because people associate it with facials, with their esthetician, and home steamers are becoming more and more easily accessible. Steaming is unnecessary for your face, and it can be kind of nasty.
Yeah. It feels nice.
It can feel nice.
It feels really nice.
Yeah, but it's unnecessary. And you know, I think a lot of people use it because they think it opens and closes their pores, and we all know
it doesn't.
That's not true.
False.
Next, I will wash my face. I have this organic pharmacy carrot butter cleanser. It's very gentle. It gets all of my makeup off, which is very important for me.
I've never used this specific product, but I love an oil cleanser. And
Me too.
It seems like a fine enough product. I just don't know what the rinse off would be and how well it breaks down makeup, but she says that she likes it.
It also didn't look like she had makeup on.
No,
to
she
use
didn't.
it, but
Exactly. And we didn't also see, did she like emulsify it? Did she rinse it off? She seemed to rinse and use a hand towel, so we won't know. I forgot to tell you guys with this next product, this video for her, not for us, but for Vogue, was sponsored by Kate Somerville. So we do see some Kate Somerville products throughout this video. And in their description box, they only link to Kate Somerville products. But there are other brands obviously too.
Kate Somerville ExfoliKate just makes my skin texture look much brighter. Also smells really good.
One of my favorite products from Kate Somerville.
Me too.
In reality. It's the product that put them on the map. It's the product that Kate Somerville used to mix up in her own kitchen herself. She would use it on her clients, and her clients start being like, you need to make this a product. It has AHAs in it. It exfoliates your skin. It has a little bit of a physical exfoliant to it as well.
I always like that part too.
I do too. Honestly, this one has never been extremely rough or irritating for the skin.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you have just sensitive skin, it could be too strong for you, and you just have to know that. But if you want a little bit of that manual and chemical exfoliation, this is always a great go-to.
I will exfoliate my body. I wear a lot of makeup at work, and I've been wearing a lot of body makeup, which you can kind of see here, like there's little spots everywhere, and my skin texture is just looking kind of crazy. I'll use Kate Somerville's ExfoliKate, the body version. I do scrubs on dry skin, which is a little bit weird, but I feel like it scrubs me harder. I look like a green monster. I'm gonna wash this off. I'm a little bit red because I really scrubbed the living daylights out of myself. My skin feels so soft.
I bet half of it's gone.
So sometimes if it feels like it's scrubbing you harder, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's doing a better job for you or that it's working better for you. This is like an old school mentality, right?
Yeah.
The harder, the better. Scrub it clean. When you have a physical exfoliant onto drier skin, it can be a little bit rougher because you're not getting that slip that breaks it down. Is that a bad thing? Not for everybody. This is just basically the body version of the face exfoliant that she just used. That redness that she is having is not good. That was from the exfoliant. We all saw it, partially from that manual, that manipulation, but it's probably a little bit irritated, and if you do it on a regular basis, this could be really bad. Even on your body skin, just be aware that harder, more stripping isn't necessarily better.
Next, what I do is I use my NuFace. I just use pure aloe vera gel. Here's the NuFace. My favorite little thing. It makes my face sort of more awake and tighter, and at work I can just see a difference on camera. If I wasn't a performer or an artist, I really think I would be an esthetician. Do the same thing over here. I'll just take some water and sort of get rid of the excess aloe vera gel.
When I did my Harper's Bazaar video, I pulled my NuFace out too because I love microcurrent. I really do see a difference when I'm using it consistently. If I fall off, which right now I'm in a period of I've fallen off,
Yeah, same.
I feel like those results kind of disappear. But when I'm consistently using my microcurrent devices, I'm really into it.
Yeah.
That said, can you just use an aloe vera gel as the conductor for microcurrent? I've spoken with the owner and she says no. She says that their gel is meant to be used with the NuFace because it's meant to be a conductor for the microcurrent.
Oh.
That said, when you talk to other people who aren't the owner, they say you just need some slip and something that's gonna help be a conductor.
Like to glide on.
Yeah, basically.
Who do you believe?
Yeah, who do you believe? And she says that she loves it. And I know that I've actually used it without the NuFace gel.
Yeah.
And it's worked really great for me as well. So I think you just kind of take it for what it is. If you really want to be a rule follower, you buy the gel from the brand. If not, cool.
Well, let's say you run out, you know, and you want to still keep using it.
Yeah.
The next thing I will do is I will take my face oil, and the one that I love is this Mara Universal Face Oil. And I will just pat it. Now we have a gua sha. I used to go really hard with this thing, but I've really realized that it's actually better for me if I do sort of like a medium pressure. I would say I do this excessive skincare routine a couple times a week.
It's so funny that she thinks that's excessive. But I'm glad she's saying that,
Yeah,
because
and she's
sometimes we watch
consistent.
sometimes we watch these videos and they can feel like really long skincare routines that don't feel realistic. And I like that she's saying that she does it like a couple times a week.
Yeah.
She's not doing it all the time. I like that Mara Beauty oil. I think it's a really good oil to have in your skincare routine. I would just prefer that an oil be a little bit later in your skincare routine. She hasn't really put on any of her actives yet, her serums that have actives.
She wiped off that aloe.
She wiped off the hydrating serum that she did use, and it looks like she's gonna go in with other products still too. So I'd prefer that she used the oil a little bit later, but I'm glad that she used an oil with her gua sha, and I'm glad that she acknowledged that she used to be a little too rough with it. That just makes me feel better, because that's the problem that I have with gua sha, is that I see so many people doing it on camera, and they're so rough with their skin, it's unnecessary.
I see it all the time too. I'm like,
don't get your skin, treat it like a baby.
I'm using the Somerville KateCeuticals Lifting Eye Cream. Eye cream is very important to me when I'm working because I don't sleep a lot and it really shows on camera, and I already have a tendency to have dark circles under my eyes, which I kind of like sometimes, but they can get really intense. And then I'm just gonna tap it really lightly under my eye.
It almost seemed like she didn't put much on. Yeah, like did she put any on?
I didn't see it visibly.
I didn't visibly see it.
Go on, yeah.
Seemed like very, very little. Eye cream is not gonna help you if you don't get sleep, but I guess if anything, it's a little bit mental too. Like you just need that reassurance that you're doing something.
It's like the steamer, it's like comforting.
Exactly. That's a nice eye cream. It has vitamin C in it. It's a fat-soluble vitamin C derivative called THD. Tends to be my favorite of all the derivatives when it comes to vitamin C. That said, it's not gonna necessarily do that much as a pick-me-up, right? Like she's probably getting a little bit of lymphatic drainage. It's definitely hydrating and nourishing and moisturizing her eye area, which can definitely help as well. Yeah. Vitamin C just doesn't do what I think some people think it does.
It's not instant, right?
Well, it's not an instant brightening, right? It's more of the antioxidant power, protects your skin. It can help with certain things like collagen stimulation, brighten your area as far as evening your skin tone, but she brought up her dark circles. It's just not gonna help with that.
I'm gonna use Somerville's KateCeuticals Total Repair Cream. I find it to be really moisturizing. I'm obsessed with moisturizing my skin. As you can see, pump it, which I also love because it's fun. Warm it up in my hands, and then I'll pat it in on my face. You can really see immediately that it improves your skin texture. The best skincare advice I've ever received is honestly taking care of your body. For me, it was stopping dairy. I am plant-based, mostly. That has really changed my skin. I sauna 3 times a week, sometimes more. I dry brush, I take a lot of baths, I bathe with Epsom salt, I detox a lot. I'll take charcoal, I take turmeric, I take all kinds of vitamins.
That moisturizer is great. I also think it's very moisturizing. Again, I just kind of felt like she really didn't put any on.
I know. I felt like her hands took it all.
The tip about taking care of the body. I believe that too. I think taking care of your body, your health is always very important. It will absolutely affect the way you look. Saunas don't necessarily save your skin. And for someone like me who has melasma, a sauna is the nightmare. The heat, it'll get my melasma going. So I think you have to always know that these are things that are very personal to somebody.
Yeah.
I'm going to use an SPF. It's a really nice texture. It's kind of like feels like a primer in a way. Make sure that it's everywhere.
Wait, happy that she's wearing sunscreen.
Yes.
You know I don't love that sunscreen.
I know.
But you love that sunscreen.
I actually, well, as a makeup artist, I like it for men who want to wear a sunscreen, but it's like a baby step to wearing like a full-blown kind of shiny sunscreen. It keeps them matte, doesn't look like they're wearing anything. It's easy for them to rub in. You know, you don't leave any white streaks if you don't rub it in properly. It's just clear.
That's true.
It's like a no fail.
Yeah.
I don't use it on myself.
Right.
But
you like it on guys.
I do.
I do think she applied it better than she applied the last products. There was more confidence in it. So it seems like a product she actually uses.
We're gonna do makeup now. The first thing I'll do is I'll put on foundation, and I use the Kogendo. I'm a little bit of a hippie, so I don't wear a lot of makeup all the time, but this is kind of what I'll wear if I have a meeting or if I have somewhere important I have to go. And I'll just take the beauty blender and put it all over my face. I always want to just look as natural as I possibly can. I don't like looking like I have makeup on. I don't like when you can see it.
What do you think about when people apply directly to the beauty blender and apply to their face?
That's fine.
Totally fine?
Yeah, it's a really easy, foolproof way of doing it. It's something that I get asked all the time, like what's the easiest way to apply foundation and the quickest way and like, you know, just most time efficient way to get it on. The finish that she got is beautiful. It looks really even. The color match is great.
Yeah, she looks really great.
The next thing I'm gonna use is a bronzer. It's like a cream bronzer.
Oh, that's interesting. She applied it with a small brush. That's fine, but she would have a much easier time like blending it out with more of a buffing brush or a small fluffy brush and just kind of getting in there and like going back and forth and like tapping it in. When you're applying it with a flat brush, fine, because you're just laying down the product, creating that shape and that dimension, but she'd have an easier time blending it out if she switched brushes.
The next thing I'm gonna use is this cream blush stick by Ilia. It's very tiny and cute, and I take it with me everywhere. I use the shade called Olive Me. I'm just gonna take it and put it all over my cheeks. And sometimes I'll go up onto my nose. I find that with my red hair, I can actually wear more makeup than I normally can when I have my natural hair.
Oh, so she's not a natural redhead.
I guess not.
It fits her really well.
It does.
Fits her really well.
Yeah, she looks beautiful with the red hair.
It's so pretty. It's very mermaid-like.
Yeah, that blush just completely brought so much life to her face. Like I couldn't help but smile when she was putting that blush on because it looked so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful shade on her too. And I loved that she brought it up to the sides of her nose.
You love that. You love
I
that.
do. I love it. I think it just brought so much warmth and just like a healthy, fleshed look to her face. By bringing it to the center of your nose or even just across your nose, which is one of my favorite tricks and techniques, it just brings so much balance to the center of your face.
What did you think about her applying it to like the apples right here?
I think it works so well in her face shape. It kind of gives her face a little more of like a rounded look. She has a very oval face, like it's a little more long.
Yeah.
So if she stuck to a blush placement that was really high up and on the outer part of her face, if you know me, like I love that for like giving a lifted effect.
She does that to me.
Yeah, I love it. I know it's not for everyone, but on some people it can be just a magical blush placement. On her, on the other hand, if she had done that, it would have actually just made her face appear even more narrow, which she doesn't need. And so by bringing it to the apples, it's just very youthful and it just really works with her whole vibe.
Yeah, it definitely.
I like it.
Yeah, it looks very pretty on her. That Ilia multi-stick was one of the first ones that got me hooked.
On cream blushes?
On cream
I remember
blushes
this,
and
yeah.
multi-sticks. I was always
It's a great
using it.
one.
What about her actual application, how she applied it?
It's not my favorite technique. You know, when you directly apply like a cold cream product, like meaning it hasn't been warmed up on your hand and you go directly onto your skin, you run the risk of breaking up your foundation or your concealer, whatever products are already on your face, like foundation wise, you run the risk of breaking that apart and lifting it up when you're swiping it on directly. So what I always suggest is pre-warming it up, at least taking a fluffy brush, like something I really want her to use to blend out her bronzer, something more rounded, dipping into that product, you know, tapping it on and then applying it to her cheek, like almost pre-working it and like warming it up before she blends it onto her skin. It would be a really easy way to apply it.
Yeah, but it did surprisingly end up.
But she made it work.
The next thing that I put on is maybe my favorite thing ever. It's by Healy, which is a organic brand. It's just got this kind of highlighter balm inside it. I'll bring it down and then I'll go under my eye. Sometimes I'll put it on my eyelid. Let's do it a little bit. We use it for my character, actually. In all the films I've done, I've gotten to experience all kinds of looks. You learn a lot on set. You know, you're doing the same makeup look every day for 6 months. It's fun to get to play characters who want to be wearing outrageous makeup.
First off, I've never heard of that brand.
Me either.
Second, that actually looked very interesting, that
I
product.
know, I kind of want to try it.
I know, Healy. But what'd you think about where she put it? Because I feel like if I did that, it looked like I was sweaty. She looks angelic.
It
made her look angelic.
It's a placement that's very, very hard to pull off. But let's say you're someone and you have a little bit of texture in this area. You know, a lot of us have most of our pores in the center of our face. So like right around here.
The pores that you can see.
The most visible ones are typically around this area, right? Yeah. So for most people, if you put your highlighter there, it would just magnify them and bring them out a lot. It can also just, like you said, make you look like you're sweating. Typically, you know, you want to put your cream highlighters on the bridge of your nose, the highest points of your forehead, obviously the high points of your cheeks, around your temple is a beautiful place to place your highlighter because the sun hits you and you're just glowy and dewy and fresh. It works for her because she is just beautiful. She's got perfect skin, but I think she would still benefit from bringing it up and on the very top of her cheekbones as well.
Now I'm gonna move on to my eyes. And the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm going to curl my eyelashes. We're gonna put mascara on now. I actually don't like a lot of mascara. My eyes can be very intense when I have a lot of makeup on. So I really want it to be really natural. I think it was hard to find a clean mascara, but also one that was a little bit lighter. I'll just see if there's any areas that I need to put a little bit of concealer.
That mascara changed her face.
That was amazing.
I like that mascara. You guys know I'm whatever about clean wording.
I use this Chantecaille anti-fatigue correction pen. Like here, for example, I have a little spot.
Oh.
I'm gonna use some powder.
Oh, that's it?
So she used it almost like concealer, but she used it on top of her already done makeup, like her blush.
Which is fine. That like spot that she was, I didn't see the spot.
Yeah.
But I also probably need glasses. But also I was expecting her to put just a little bit like right here, like if she just popped it like, you know, it's claimed it's anti-fatigue. So I'm assuming there's some kind of soothing ingredients in it to help like nourish your under eyes.
Right, well, we can check.
Yeah, so when it's called a correction pen, you know, it's meant to color correct and to correct, I would assume, I might be wrong.
Like
I'm not really familiar with this product.
sallowness.
Yeah, but typically those little wand products, it looks like a concealer. It's gonna be meant for under your eyes. And I would love to see her switch out that highlighter or at least switch the order and then just do a little bit of the highlighter on top because you're putting that smooth product down first and then you're just dabbing a little bit of highlighter on top to kind of finish it and bring extra dimension to it. But I'm just surprised that she didn't put any of that, just at least in like the inner tear duct of her eye.
Yeah, she did exactly what you didn't think she was gonna do.
Yes, and I think it's a missed opportunity. She used like a
concealer.
Basically, yeah.
And just set everything I've just done. I won't say no to sort of heavier makeup on the carpet. A lot of the time I'll actually kind of see what the makeup artist wants to do, and if it's not crazy, like let them do whatever their sort of vision is. I did a pink eye one time, which I really loved.
I love that. I love that she said that. You know, she just, it just tells me that she respects the beauty industry and like just the artistry of being a makeup artist or a hairstylist and letting them bring their vision to life, let them just be an artist and have that free reign to just do whatever they think is going to look beautiful on her. I love that she respects the art and she's into it. You know, it's because it's fun. Makeup is fun.
Makeup is fun. I think people forget that sometimes.
Yeah,
they take
makeup
it really
is
serious.
fun.
What did you think about her using one of your favorite?
I mean, I'm thrilled. Yeah, I love the Kosas Cloud Set Powder. I absolutely love it. It's a staple.
How about where she was applying it? She was using like a fluffy brush, putting it kind of in the
application was good. I would have liked to have seen her use a little more right here. Like makeup, if it's gonna break down throughout the day, it's gonna break down the soonest and the quickest and the T-zone and also around the mouth because there's so much movement throughout the day. We're talking constantly. So your makeup just doesn't have the biggest chance of survival throughout the day in this area. So I would like to see her use a little more powder in this spot specifically around her mouth, between her brows for some mattifying effect.
It's always weird when we're watching them do it on camera too, because they're like nervous or like they don't know what to.
Or you never know if they cut something out for timing purposes too. Maybe she did powder the rest of her face and then they just showed a little bit and we're missing the context. So you never know.
They're obviously asking her questions off camera too.
Yes.
Because she's like answering questions. So there's always more. There's
more of the story.
Let's see this quote unquote chapstick. That's not actual chapstick.
Some chapstick, and it's called Rel. I just put a little bit on, I don't put a lot. I don't typically wear lipstick in my personal life. Sometimes if I'm feeling wild, but generally I'm just putting on like tinted balm. I'm just gonna blot it a little bit.
Wow.
Right,
she really doesn't like color in her lips.
Yeah, she really doesn't. It was like a tinted balm.
Yeah.
Like a stick balm. I've never heard of that brand either.
I have.
Oh, you have? Rel?
Yeah. I think it's Ariel. Yeah, it's Ariel.
Ariel.
It's my friend's client's makeup brand.
Fun.
Yeah.
I like learning about new brands that I've never heard of.
Lip oil. For one, it's really beautiful, but for two, it's SPF 30. It's kind of like a gloss, which is nice too.
Oh, I need to try that.
Yeah, I was
My
just thinking the
last
same thing.
step would be my perfume, Lease Bow. I travel with it because I'm obsessed with it. This is my finished look for the day. Thank you for watching, Vogue. I'll see you later.
Really
I
pretty.
mean, so pretty.
I think she could have done anything and looked pretty. But I don't know if you caught it. The very last shot, it was like her, you could visibly see like the shine right here.
Oh, I didn't look. See, this is what you would notice as a makeup artist.
I can't, like that's like the number one thing that I look at when I'm like on set and I'm watching my client on camera. If they have a lot of shine right here, I gotta hop in. How do you?
Yeah. You know, the other thing that I noticed, so she exfoliated her body. She never put anything on afterwards, but she looked pretty like shimmery and nice afterwards.
She did, so maybe
something off camera or something, but she didn't put any body lotion on or anything.
And what I learned from you is if you have moisturized skin, your perfume lasts longer.
Sure does.
Do you like that? Remember that?
Because just like your skincare ingredients, it has a better chance of sticking if
so
your
that perfume
skin
she
is
loves
damp. Yeah.
would last longer if she just put some lotion on. But I thought that was really pretty. She looked beautiful, you know?
She looks so pretty.
I would tweak a couple things, like I said, but other than that, I think it works really, really well for her.
Specifically for her. That's like it was really good for her.
Again, makeup is personal.
I would have loved to have seen a few more skincare products and ingredients that do more for her skin. Obviously, you can have a really simple, straightforward skincare routine. Cleanse, moisturize, sunscreen. But if this is like her nighttime routine, I'd like to see a retinoid in there. If this is her daytime routine, besides in the eye area, I'd love to see some more antioxidants, you know, for the skin. She loves to look natural, and I always just feel like you can get a better natural looking makeup look if you love your skin. If you have any questions or comments, please add them in the comments below. You can find NIKKI on social media, also on YouTube.
I'm there.
I'll leave a link to all of her social media, her YouTube channel, everything in the description box. And of course, you can find me on social media. I'm at Susan Yara, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.